Yeah, in what would have been a hugely anticipated game over the last couple of years, Notre Dame, who the three previous times they faced UConn had won by double digits, lost by 40. Yeah, Notre Dame are really not good. Like, I don't understand how they've still been. Are they still a ranked team? Like, they've been hovering around being ranked. Like, genuinely don't understand it. Like, they literally have. They lost to Louisville. They got destroyed by North Carolina, or they beat North Carolina. So they probably will be ranked. Wait, after beating North Carolina, even losing to Louisville, that doesn't get you ranked. Albeit a 40-point L. 40-point L versus UConn. And this one wasn't even close in the set once the second half started. Like 16 on 15 shots for Hidalgo. Sarah Strong again, showing that she's, well, Sarah Strong. Like, what was the closest they had it? Was it 9? The second half, the closest they had it was 9 with 7:47 to go. And then suddenly it's Ashton Shade makes a shot. Hidalgo misses a shot. Sarah Strong makes a layup. Shade rebound. Shade makes a difficult shot. Fudd makes a pull-up. Like, it was a blowout. It was an absolute blowout. I'm not going to lie. I watched a little bit at the start of this game, and even when it was still statistically possible for Notre Dame to come back, I was like, this one is over. Azzi Fudd did not hit a 3-point shot today, but in fairness, like, I think her defense has looked good. It has looked good. Obviously, Kaylee Hackle coming in and giving you 9 points, which is decent. Quinona is giving you 8 off the bench. But that being said, the starters all chipped in with double-digit points. For Notre Dame, they are Hidalgo, and that's it. Like, I don't even know what other thing we can say. Like, it is Hidalgo, and I don't know is Hidalgo going to stay next year? Because I know they've got a good freshman class coming in. I think one of their good freshmen, one of their top freshmen this season, has been injured for the year. But at the same time, you're like, Hannah Hidalgo, and in fairness, Prosper has had a good year as well. Like, Prosper's worked herself she's going to be into a position where, like, she's going to be drafted. Like, how did she get on? Did she transfer to them? No. So she averaged 5.8 points per game last year. Like, she's going to get herself drafted. Probably a 3rd-round pick, but she's worked her way up into getting herself drafted. But, like, Hannah Hidalgo, she had 10 points, 3 boards, 2 steals at halftime when it's a ball game. And, yeah, I mean, it's just one of those problems. It is just one of those problems in general where her team's just not good enough. They're just not good enough to compete in a lot of these games. And UConn are UConn. Like, let's not, like, forget about just how good UConn are. Like, this team is scary. Azzi Fudd's defensive improvement this year is crazy. Like, I would have put her in the Paige Bueckers, Caitlin Clark category for defense, albeit Paige Bueckers looked like a fantastic defender at the collegiate level, and she's been a slightly below average defender at the pro level. So my expectation is for her to come in as a rookie and be like maybe a little bit better than Paige. I do think she's been better than Paige on the defensive end in college. So like her being a little bit better than Paige in college means that she's probably going to come in as above a 60th percentile defender. Like, it's one of those things where it's like a 60th percentile defender as a rookie is a good thing, if we're being honest. But Sarah Strong is the best player in college. Sarah Strong is good enough that I don't think if Juju Watkins, look, she's never going to break the scoring record, especially when you have Jazzy and all the other top recruits at USC are getting. But at the end of the day, Juju Watkins, realistically, if she doesn't want to sacrifice any chance of the scoring record or sacrifice finishing, the reality is Juju's probably going to finish 3rd behind Kelsey Plum. She might end up finishing ahead of Deja Fair. It took 5 years, but like, she will probably finish one of the top teams or one of the top scorers of all time. She is sacrificing her place in the record books She has to choose whether she wants to stay in the record books or she wants to be the number one overall pick, because there is no world in which Sarah Strong doesn't go number one. She is so much better at basketball than anyone else. Like, if we're talking about this as a sophomore, I understand Caitlin Clark put up unbelievable stats freshman and sophomore year. First 2 years in college, Sarah Strong has had the best first 2 years since 2020. That being said, again, we know Caitlin Clark's third and fourth year were like arguably two of the greatest seasons of all time, both of them. And that and probably the best tournament run of all time in 2023. That being said, what Sarah Strong is doing, like, she's doing it on 60% from the field. 60% of the field. And it's not like she's a low volume 3-point shooter either. She's doing it on 60-40. Like, she might average 19 points a game on 60-40-90 shooting. Not 50-40-90. She's 0.1% of the field and 0.3% from three away from going 60-40-90 on the season. As well as being one of the best playmaking bigs in the game. And her, like, if you put her in a pro setup where she has more freedom to make decisions and it's less egalitarian offense, less motion offense, and it's more about we're going to run through our best players and run to our best players. Like, Sarah Strong's stats at the pro level, like, my projection of her as a rookie when she comes in, like, she would have been, I would have taken, if you were allowed 19-year-olds into the draft, I would have taken her number one last year. I would take her number one this year. I would take her number one in 2027, even though she's ineligible. First time she becomes eligible, she's going number one. It does not matter who's in that draft. It does not matter. This is a stacked draft class. It doesn't matter. Michaela Blakes is in this draft. Juju Watkins might be in this draft. Who knows whatever else going to happen with red shirts. You've also got a lot of really good players in this draft. It doesn't matter if she is that level. And for Notre Dame, they just suck. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And Hannah Hidalgo, who is this absolutely unbelievable player, and in my opinion is going to walk in as a starter wherever she goes as a pro. Like, she is probably a lottery pick in 2027. That being said, like, maybe the loyalty has not worked out well for Hidalgo, because Hidalgo is doing, I think she's been as good as she was last year. The difference is that because her stats, or because her team's losing, she's being seen not even as a... And it's the funny thing is, like, people are like, oh, she's not an All-American anymore. And it just shows team record is everything. But she's doing what she's doing. Her team just lost Leah Tu King, Kate Koval, Sonia Citron, Maddie Westbells, Olivia Miles. Did they lose anyone else? But they lost five. They lost five WNBA players. Like, they lost three current WNBA players, and a future lottery pick, and another future WNBA player. Like, it is what it is.